back to the channel here. Hope you like the intro. It's just something I threw together. I'll throw together some more as, of course, we progress. Today I've got a Nagato replay for us. Um, this one really is a fighting. I don't want to say fighting retreat, um, but I mean you'll see. You'll see as the video progresses. Anyway, so we're looking at the loadout. Um, the team has a carrier on their side, and we don't have one. That is something. I'm not a carrier player myself. I don't really enjoy playing carriers as they are right now. But that's something I can imagine a lot of people have issue with. Is when, especially when you're that ranger over there, if he's spec'd for fighters to take out other carriers, I mean, all he can do this match is provide spotting for his team, which is still really useful. Don't get me wrong, but it is frustrating because you're not going to get a whole lot of damage, experience, money, any of that. So we're starting off the battle here, sort of looking at which way the team's going, what I'm going to do. Obviously, I have. Well, it looks like I don't have AP loading. I'm loaded up with high explosive at the moment. Now, Nagato is a pretty great battleship, in my opinion, anyway. I like it. It is an actual battleship, not a battle cruiser like some of the other battleships that the Japanese offer, at least what Wargaming is calling battleships. Like the Congo, that's a battle cruiser, and the Amagi battle cruiser as well. That's why they can go so fast. They don't have as much armor. Nagato, as the description says, is the first actual Japanese battleship built and designed in Japan. Congos, of course, were bought from the British, and Fuso was just an extension of the Congo. I mean, the Japanese did all the modification themselves, but at the core, it is a Congo. So I've launched out my scout here. We're going to try and get some pot shots off at these people just while they're setting up, while my team's sort of figuring out what we're doing. But it does look like the majority of the team is heading over to the west side of the map. Not too bad of a call there. It's north. That side does give you the most room to maneuver, and it is where I'm going as well. As a battleship and the way I play, I really like my space to have maneuverability. I do get close. I just don't stay in the back and snipe out people, but it always seems the smartest way to play battleships is to start off at the fringes of your range and then move in closer as the battle progresses, if you can, taking those opportunities where possible. As I'm sure as everyone knows, a battleship up against 4 or 5 ships, is still going to die. They're not going to be able to save everyone. Hit the mountain there on that shot. I was cursing it at first, but then I started thinking, it's probably pretty good they have that mountain there so that people like me aren't just sniping people as maybe they're just sort of sitting there looking at the team or thinking about what they're going to do, or maybe just loading in. So what do we have here? That looks like an Atlanta. I do have to lead this target an awful lot. I take the shot. No, I'm holding off because my scout here. Yeah, so once I'm reloaded, I do take the shot, and it looks pretty good. I could have led him a little more though, but it, did some damage. No citadels, unfortunately. That's really what I'm looking for. If you guys don't have a Nagato yet, I suggest you take a look at getting one. I know the grind through the Kawachi and even the Miyogi is pretty atrocious, but it does pay off once you get to the Congo. The Congo and up, I have no complaints about. I love those ships. I can't say the same for the American battleships. I mean, it really only gets good at tier 8, and you've got quite a grind to get there. We've got another battleship out there. It looks like he stopped, so I put some shots into him, but I think he realized what he was doing there, and yeah, you can see this New York. It's either New York or Wyoming. He decides to move and my shots miss. While this is all happening though, I mean, again, take a look at the mini-map. The whole team is going over on that west side. We're leaving that channel there on the east pretty open to attack. I can see this, and my ship The Nagato's not very fast, so I'm not going to be leading the charge here. So it's important for me to stick around the base and provide that defense that we need, just in case. And I mean, as you'll see later in this match here, it was a good call. Now, obviously, I don't have the final hull upgrade for my Nagato. I do have the propulsion upgrade on this in this replay, but I don't have the actual final hull upgrade. I am working on it. I'm pretty close to it. Once I get that upgrade, I might be putting up a Nagato review video. Not really sure. I gotta take a look at that. Where it's a new channel, I'm still trying things out, which is why it's so important that you guys leave some comments there. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll get it done. So you'll notice not really heading up that channel or going directly over onto the west side like Ruther's team. As I mentioned, I'm not that fast. I do want a victory, so I'm going to stay back here and just protect the base. We've got a destroyer coming up. It is a Nicholas, and my god, he's getting close. It was at this point, I started debating whether or not I should even bother firing main guns. I do end up firing salvo off, but I mean, he's getting close. I've got lots of secondary guns, and I've got people around me, so I just sort of ignoring him now. I do end up dodging his torpedoes, which is great, and also something, keep in mind that when you are in this situation with the destroyer right in front of you, if you know the destroyer you're fighting against, very important, go into the tech tree there and take a look at how many torpedo launchers it has, because you can count how many torpedoes it's launched at you. And I'll just stop myself there. That's a Clemson, not a Nicholas, so sorry about that. Anyway, but you can see how many torpedoes they've launched. If they've launched them all, then you know you're safe. Let them get close and let your secondaries do their job. So he's dead. Ally took him out for me, so that's great. There he is. Thank you, Ally. So I'm putting shots into the Miyogi. I did some pretty good damage on him there already, but you can see the majority of their team is now coming through that channel. Our team is getting close to their base and getting close to capping. I'm not going to make it there to help out the team, to help them cap anyway. So the best thing I can do for the team is, like I say, defense. It looks like there's me and 2 others who are staying behind. Oh, there might be 4 others, or rather 3 others if we look at the cruiser behind me. But we're going to start pummeling these guys. So more shots in on the Miyogi. Everything looks to be going fine. We are outnumbered, but we just took out that cruiser, so that's always great. They do have some big guys coming around here, though. I think I saw some tier 6s. I say big guys. I know I'm in the tier 7 battleship here, but it's not the end-all be-all ship here. It's not going to hold up to everything, especially if like that Atlanta, that New York. If they start putting shots into me. Now, I really wish here that I would have held off on that shot on the New York. It didn't do a whole lot of damage. I could have put it into the Atlanta and maybe taken the Atlanta completely out. So you can see right there, like those New York guns, they do penetrate me. And to be fair, right now I'm side on. This is probably not a good position to be in. You should really be angling your ship. You'll get a lot more bounces and just spalling damage. If you don't know what spalling damage is, you can take a look at the forums, and they do have some information there. But just briefly, all it is the shell comes in. It doesn't penetrate your armor, but it creates like splinters on the inside, and then those splinters come in and screw shit up. Very similar, like in War Thunder with their tanks, the way they show the shells piercing in. Just sort of picture that when it hits your ship. So we're still duking it out with the Miyogi. I really want to finish him off and then start focusing on that New York. That's the plan as of right now. But I'm not committed to it. You have to be fluid in these sort of battles, sort of adjusting. Now we can see Congo off in the distance. That's also going to be a problem for me. He is a lot faster. That Congo can go 30 knots, whereas I can do 25 or 24. So he can chase me down. Close range, it will be close. I mean, my guns are bigger and it'll do more damage. But if he can get in there, give me a run for my money. So more shots on the Mogami. We're still trying to take out this guy. My God. Um, and I'm down to half health, so things aren't going too great. It's at this point of time in the battle where I'm starting to say, it's great that you guys are capping and all, but look at what's around our base. We're not doing so hot here. And then blam, take out the Miyogi. I got that nice little shot. I think it was about 12, 13,000 damage, whatever he had left in hit points. So I'm free now to start shooting at this New York. Because this New York has been the bane of my existence since he crossed the headland over there. He's really the reason why I'm down to, less than half health at this time. So I do get some shots in on him, but I find it so hard, and I don't know, it might just be me, but I find it so hard to judge how far to lead an American battleship. I don't know what it is about them. They're slow, I know that. They go 25 knots at most, and I know how to lead for a target at 25 knots, but I don't know if the drivers are just, slowing down, speeding up, or my shots aren't aimed well. I'm not used to the guns yet, maybe, because I seem to get a lot of spalling damage, and or just completely miss the target outright. So I had to use another repair there because I took another good shot from that New York, and I'm turning back into the base because I'm not going to leave them cap our base while we're capping theirs. Because you can see on the mini map that they're like, oh shit, and they're sending boats, or well, ships. They're sending ships back to their base to try and prevent us from winning. But we'll see here, later on in the video what happens with that. So taking more damage, but I got lucky there. So you can hear it bouncing off my hull. And I'm taking just a little bit of damage. That's the spalling damage and the bouncing, because I was angled a little when compared to that New York and the Congo who are shooting at me. I'm not, well I am, not yet loaded. I'm waiting for my guns to come around. And then I spot the Atlanta over there. He's a really dangerous target for me because he can just pump in shells and I will just burn to death. So we got to take this guy out. It's no question, he's got to go. Plus he's the closest target right now, so why not? So he's sending some shots on him, not too great. But now I'm alternating between front and back turrets instead of the full salvos. Not something I did intentionally, it just sort of happened, but it is working out for the best because I can shoot the either end of the ship off at a time. I do prefer doing full salvos. I find I do more damage. I know that that's wrong, you don't actually do more damage, but anyway, I'm crazy, that's the way I like to do it. So we are going to try and finish off this Atlanta here, but he might burn to death. It might be a waste, and yeah, it looks like it's a waste. I know I got the kill and all, but I probably shouldn't have shot everything that I had loaded up, but I did, whatever. So we're still cruising along, somehow holding on. I've got my last repair on cooldown. It's going to be done soon enough. You can notice, I don't know how other people are playing their battleships with this new scouting view. I tend to only use my scout, my battleship now, when something is beyond my range or there's something I want to look over to shoot at them. Otherwise, I'm not using my scout. I'm just, at this point, not very comfortable with the view yet. I'm working on it, but yeah, right now this is how I'm playing it. I don't know if it's right, I don't know if it's wrong. Let me know in the comments. So now we still have the Congo and we still have the New York. These are the guys that we're going to be really focused on here for the next few minutes, because our team is still capping. Because you can see in the mini-map that the enemy team isn't just laying down and letting us win here. They've gone back to attack our cappers, and that is what we don't want. So the battle is quickly progressing here into real nail-biter. More shots in on the Congo, and I don't know if, was that the Congo or the Wyoming? More shots in on something. It was the Congo. Missed entirely, but whatever. He knows I'm here. I'm going to be the focus of his attention, even if I don't have the hit points. I'm sort of thinking at this time, alright, I'm going to have to die for the team so we can get the victory. I'm going to do everything possible to try and avoid it, but, sometimes you can't really avoid these things. So we're going to turn into this Congo. I want to try and get a full salvo off on him. Um, he's running away. I mean, you can tell these guys are taking their time with our cap. They're not just rushing in there. They don't want to get picked off by me. So, yeah, that's more spalling damage. I mean, he's driving, well, sailing away from me, and I'm sailing away from him. So you can see, how you can imagine how he's angled and why those would bounce. But at this point, I've used my last repair. I don't have anything left. The health I have is the health I have. So I'm cruising up the channel now. I can still effectively fire into the base. This north map, it's one of my favorite maps. I really enjoy it. Lots of flexibility, lots of open space, and then you get the islands there in the middle. Now that wasn't too bad of a shot on the Congo. If I would have aimed a little further down and actually punctured into his superstructure, or well, into his hull, maybe done some more damage. But it looks like I just hit the superstructure. But meh, still did something. Now they're capping, and they've reset our cap. Like it's getting close here. So I'm the only one in range. I have to keep firing at these guys in the cap. I have to keep resetting them. Now keep in mind, when you reset one, you'll see the tickets go down, but then you have to pick another target to reset that guy. Otherwise the tickets will just keep going up. So that's important. I got the reset on the Congo, so I'm still reloading, thinking about what I'm going to do here. And like you can see, it's getting pretty close. Lining up the Congo again, that's kind of stupid. But luckily he goes behind the island and I can't shoot him in any way, so it leaves New York. I haven't reset the New York yet, so it's sort of worked out in my favor here, but I would have made the stupid mistake and I would have fired the Congo again. Keep that in mind when you guys are playing. You gotta switch targets when you're shooting at people in the cap. If you don't know how to switch targets easily, it's X on your keyboard. Just hit X and it'll target whatever you're looking at. Got the base reset. That was crucial, because if it wasn't for that base reset there, this whole game would have ended differently. It either would have been a loss or a draw, but somehow I got it. And I was so happy. So at this point, I'm thinking, this is in the bag. These people seem to have given up. We're gonna win. Oh, look at that. Some hero on their side just reset the cap, and now suddenly they're capping more than we are. So now my base resets are, critical. So I did get the reset on the New York. I think that was New York, maybe it was Congo. At this point I've lost track. But I got the base reset. So it's getting closer. I gotta hope that those people who are capping are going to take out whomever it is that's attacking. It has to happen. We can see some torpedo planes coming in there quickly. I've lost sight of the guys in our cap. I'm freaking out at this point, like, oh my god. I know that we're still in the lead here in terms of overall, like, getting the victory. The odds are in our favor, but no chances, because again, they could just get reset again. I saw the torpedo bombers go in. I'm not sure if there's something else over there. Fingers are crossed that we are going to get this win. So hoping it's so close. Took a few rounds. We're going to send some return fire, trying to get that reset anyway, just in case. And we win. Oh, it was close, real close. So end of the match, did fairly well, but all about the fighting defense, not giving up. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and look forward to the next video.